Today we're taking a look at one of the most outrageous PC cases I've seen in a long time. The MSI MEG MAESTRO 900R weighs a massive 33 kilograms and costs around 4,000 RMB, or about $600 US. In fact, before installing any hardware, it already weighs more than many complete gaming PCs. What impresses me most about the MEG MAESTRO 900R is how well it balances boldness and elegance. Unlike many modern cases that rely on heavy RGB lighting and aggressive styling, MSI has clearly gone for a more premium industrial design approach. At the same time, it still has a very strong visual identity. From the front, the case combines a black and gold color scheme with three-sided panoramic glass, a layered structure, and a floating base design. The overall look feels clean and sophisticated, but it still has plenty of presence. Whether it's the materials, the metal accents, or the small design details, everything reminds you that this is a premium product. MSI uses three 4mm tempered glass panels to create the panoramic design. Once the system is fully built, visibility inside the case is excellent. You can clearly see the hardware and lighting effects from almost every angle. Moving to the rear of the case, MSI has clearly focused on airflow. Roughly 2/3 of the rear panel is covered by ventilation grills, while the remaining area uses circular ventilation cutouts. Additional surface detailing and layered elements help give the rear panel more depth and character. The top panel continues the layered design language. A gold-colored grille and polished aluminum panel sit above a full-size dust filter, balancing appearance and functionality. The result is a clean design that still allows plenty of airflow for high-performance systems. When it comes to hardware compatibility, the MAESTRO 900R leaves very little to complain about. It supports eATX motherboards up to 305 by 280mm. Maximum clearance is rated at 440mm for graphics cards, 170mm for CPU coolers, and 200mm for power supplies. In other words, there is plenty of room for today's flagship hardware. The chassis includes 8 horizontal PCIe expansion slots. For users who prefer vertical GPU mounting, MSI also includes a 3-slot vertical mounting bracket. Even better, a black and gold PCIe 5.0 riser cable comes bundled in the box, helping maintain a consistent visual theme throughout the build. Cooling is another area where the MAESTRO 900R stands out. MSI includes 3 pre-installed 160mm intake fans at the bottom of the chassis. These fans are mounted on removable brackets, which can also accommodate 140mm and 120mm fans, depending on the user's preferred setup. Both side panels feature symmetrical fan mounting brackets. Each side supports up to 3 120mm fans or 360mm radiators up to 60mm thick. What's particularly interesting is that these brackets can be adjusted to different angles. The top bracket also supports multiple fan sizes. MSI has added a small but interesting design touch here. In its default position, the top bracket is slightly angled. This not only improves the overall appearance but also allows RGB lighting to be displayed more effectively. If the bracket is flipped over, it becomes a more traditional horizontal mounting position. Because the top section also needs to accommodate the dust filter and aluminum cover panel, users planning a push-pull radiator need to install inside the case. The front I/O panel is installed on the right side of the chassis by default. In addition to the standard power button and 3.5mm audio jack, MSI provides 4 USB Type-A ports and 5 USB Type-C ports. They also provides an alternative mounting position on the opposite side of the case, allowing users to choose whichever location works best for their desk setup. To be honest, the biggest surprise for me isn't the exterior design, it's this removable motherboard tray inside the chassis. Not only can the tray be completely removed from the case, but it can also function as an open-air test bench. To support this feature, MSI includes additional accessories such as support feet and mounting aids for liquid coolers. This allows users to assemble and test their hardware outside the case first, making sure everything is working properly before moving the entire platform back into the chassis. The motherboard tray and chassis already include guide rails and mounting points. You can switch to install in the case every side you want. Whether your priority is airflow performance or visual presentation, the internal layout can be adjusted accordingly. To demonstrate what the case looks like with a complete system installed, we built a full MSI MEG themed setup. One of the highlights is MSI's latest Coreliquid E. 15360AIO cooler. Like the case itself, the cooler follows MEG's signature black and gold design language. It features a 2K curved display with a wide 110-degree viewing angle, while additional decorative elements around the radiator and fans help create a more premium appearance. Together, they form a very cohesive-looking system. As for the rest of the system specifications, you can check the list on screen. For now, let's focus on the actual building experience. The first thing you'll need is plenty of workspace. Both the size and weight of this chassis are well beyond what you'd expect from a typical full-tower case. Simply moving it around can already be a challenge. Fortunately, MSI has paid attention to many small details. Most removable components use the same type of screw, which makes the building process more convenient. It may sound like a small thing, but details like this genuinely improve the overall experience. That said, the removable motherboard tray also means build order becomes more important. In some ways, it feels similar to building inside a compact ITX system. If certain components are installed in the wrong order, later steps may become more difficult and could require some rework. The rear chamber also includes built-in ARGB and PWM hubs for easier cable management. However, because the motherboard tray is separated from the main chassis structure, you'll need to think ahead when routing items such as extensions, fan PWM cables, or display output cables. By now, you've probably realized that this case was never designed to be a mass-market product. The three-sided panoramic glass panels, the removable and four-way rotatable motherboard tray, the extreme cooling support, and the extensive use of CNC machining all come together to define what makes this chassis special. It's less of a box for housing PC components, and more of a platform that gives DIY enthusiasts the freedom to build and showcase something truly unique. Of course, its drawbacks are just as obvious. Weighing around 33 kilograms without any hardware installed, stretching nearly 70 centimeters in width, and carrying a price tag of $600, it's clearly not a product aimed at mainstream gamers. In fact, for many people, the biggest challenge may not even be the cost. It might simply be finding enough space at home to put it. That pretty much wraps up today's video. What do you think of MSI's latest MEG chassis? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next one.